Luke, so Saturday we make the long trip to Gateshead. How has recovery gone from Tuesday and how are you feeling ahead of the game?
Yeah, recovery's been good. Spoke to the group yesterday, do a survey for us just to see how they're feeling, their fatigue levels, their recovery levels, so that come back very positive. Done a session today in prep for Gateshead, how they set up, the way they play, what their strengths are, and then the extended group being the ones that haven't played as many minutes, and some boys from the academy done a session, and then we'll train tomorrow in prep, another little bit of organisational bits in terms of how we want to go and play, and then travel up tomorrow evening, the long journey up the A1, and then do an overnight. So preparing and planning the best we possibly can to ensure we come away with a positive result.
Yeah, well, Gateshead, despite their league position, they've got a very young squad and they've scored more goals, I think, of every team around them. So what are you expecting from them on Saturday?
They're not a bottom 4-5 team. I spoke to the group today. I love the way they play. Total contrast to the team we faced on Tuesday evening in Maidenhead. They have some great patterns. They have some unbelievable ability in terms of Blackett, Campbell, Ollie, love Bailey. Got a very good manager. I listened to him. I listened to everyone's pre and post interviews leading up to our games, and you can see that he has processes there that he puts in place, and you can see that they've worked over the years. He's got a team there that fundamentally went and won the Conference North last year. A lot of the players that played last year are still in his team this year. They're attractive on the eye. They're a very, very good team, and I'm not foolish. I said to the group, please don't think you'll go in there and play on a bottom 4 side. I think that their league standing at the minute is false, not in their favour. I think they have been unfortunate in a load of the games that we've watched. I watched them against Wrexham. I thought they were awesome against Wrexham, went down to 10 men and still dominated the game. It tells you where they're at as a team. Yes, Halifax, and he alluded to it himself, being naivety in some mistakes in key areas. He's dealing with suspensions, he's dealing with injuries. We're dealing with injuries, unfortunately, for us, but thankfully we haven't got any suspensions that come early on in the season. Everyone's dealing with it, and it's to see where he goes to with his squad on Saturday. But like I say, week in, week out, it's heavily about what we do. And if we go and implement our game plan and everything we want to work on, then we'll cause them problems. We have to play a darn sight better than what we did on Tuesday evening. I'm thankful we got the result. I'm not foolish, and I spoke to the group like I did with you guys. In a season, you probably play excellently 3 or 4 times. Good 5 or 6, okay 5 or 6, average 8 to 10, and not so great 10 to 15. And I think that was one of them on Tuesday evening. If you're getting results with a not so great performance, something bodes well.
Yeah, well, so going back to injuries, is there any updates on the injury list, and can we expect any players coming in?
So the 2 lads, Erico is slightly longer term. We are sourcing a date for him. Jamal Firefield has a specialist appointment on Friday evening, and that's just to see the extent of his injury. He has had a scan, so we do know what we're dealing with. Now we just need the answer from the specialist to see what that looks like. Whether he's got to go under the knife, whether he can do that through rehab, we won't know. In terms of players coming in the building, yes, we want to actively recruit. We are constantly looking for players to come in the building and be better than what we've got. And that's something that we need to ensure that happens. We can't just bring in personnel that we think are going to sit on the bench. We need personnel that are going to come in and take the starting shots. And that's not a threat. That's not me telling the players that their spaces are up for grabs. That's just showing you where we want to get to as a club. And that competition for me, again, only bodes well in our favour. If you're playing with people that are wanting your shirt, your level of performance has to improve. So yes, we are actively looking to bring personnel in. We are actively on the phones. It's just getting the right ones in the building, which is key.
Yeah, and finally, it's fair to say you're in fine form at the moment. How do you ensure that form continues?
Habits. I spoke to the group before Maidenhead. I thought our habits at Scunthorpe were fantastic. Our away form speaks for itself. We've won 4 on the road. Consistency, ensuring that there's a level of consistency and staying together. And that's something that I think that this group especially has that in abundance. I'm buzzing that we got an overnight because it's another long journey. It's another 6 to 8 hours in a hotel, getting used to each other again and being in each other's pockets. And I spoke right early on in pre-season. We were fortunate enough to go down to Barnstable. That was set up by the chairman. Them 6-7 days down there is the catalyst for us to be where we are currently. And we need to ensure that we're continually doing that. We need to ensure that we have that togetherness that's got us this far. And we go to Gateshead, we're in a positive mind frame, but we're very respectful of them as a team, as a manager, the setup, and we need to ensure that our consistency, our habits and our beliefs are maximum to ensure we go and get 3 points come Saturday evening.